This is so frustrating. Old computers and 4K footage just don't work. It's time for an upgrade. All right, here we go. We're gonna run down the rabbit hole of geekdom. Actually, we're really not going to. So I've been video editing, hunting related and outdoor related videos for the better part of 10 years. For the most part, I've been working on the same old machine for the last, say, 8 years. I've upgraded some. It's an old Dell i5 second generation processor machine, and I made some sizable upgrades. I'm gonna take some of those upgrades to my new machine. But I'm gonna build a new machine in 2019 that's not going to break the budget and is going to perform on 4K footage. So I'm going to take you along with me. So this all really starts in my build with the processor. Now I went with an AMD Ryzen 7 1700. You can go, well, Derek, that processor's 2 years old. It's getting long in the tooth. Arguably, there's newer ones out there. But for the money right now, that thing started out over 300 bucks a couple years ago. I bought mine the other day for 189. I think I saw it's down to like 169 here already. So it's just a great bang for the buck. That AMD, what I want you to focus on is cores. We need cores for video editing. I'm not into gaming. I'm not into anything else. Just photo editing and video editing, and we need multiple cores. It's got 8 cores. It's just a heck of a bang for the buck. So then you start looking at a motherboard. I went with a simple Asus B350 Prime. And then my GPU. So I've got a 1060 with 6 gigabyte of RAM. I bought this actually and upgraded my existing computer here a little over a year ago and made a world of difference. I'm also going to take my solid state hard drive over that I work off of. That's like the single biggest upgrade to any existing computer you can do. Outside of that, I bought a bunch of new parts, and I'll show you assembling it. Again, there's probably other builds that are far superior. Other guys will tell you, hey, whatever, man. This is going to work for me, and it's going to work for what I do for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Maybe I upgrade some parts in the future, but this is going to do the bulk of it. And overall, I got like under $1,000 in the whole thing. So these two shedding machines right here, they wreak havoc on a computer. So this is a computer that I'm going to upgrade. So as you can see, this is my home office where I do a lot of my editing work. But basically, I'm going to reuse my monitors. I'm going to reuse my existing Dell wireless keyboard and mouse. I got some printers. But down there is the old Dell Beast. And I'm sure that it is full of dog hair and everything else. Man, you can see how nasty and dirty that old machine is. So when you're rebuilding a machine or building a new machine, you should kind of really take care of it. That's pretty embarrassing and gross. Okay, so I've got my old computer all torn apart, and I've salvaged the parts I'm gonna keep out of it. So there's the old case. And basically the key components I want to keep is obviously is this video card. That's about a $300 or $275 video card. Renders and produces awesome 4K footage. This is my power supply, a 600 watt power supply that I replaced in my Dell a while back. We've got a Blu-ray DVD burner. I still have to produce occasionally DVDs. My solid state hard drive. This hard drive here has all of my raw footage and edits and everything on it. And this is an old FireWire that I still use for certain older tape-based video cameras. So that's all the parts I'm going to salvage. My new parts should be here, I believe, tomorrow. I already got the case and some other components, and then I'm going to start putting this baby together. Heading home for lunch, and my Amazon came up. My new computer parts are here, so I'm excited to start building the computer. Ooh, computer parts. Look at this. The smile that makes me smile. Sharpen my knife. and bumpers. No heart of it all. Little AMD Ryzen 7 1700. This will be what the manufacturer recommends you do. Probably should read it. Let's keep working on it. There is first day of the build. Got all the parts from today in. CPU, motherboard, the fans, all that good stuff. Kind of fun. Never done this before, so here goes nothing. And voila, just like that, the build is done. Hopefully it works. We'll see. But there you go. So if I turn it on, it all works. I'll clean up this mess. I'll wire tie it and get everything all zip tied and everything, and button things up. So next up is to go grab the power cord and a monitor and a keyboard and stuff, and see if the BIOS fires up. Holy crap! First try and I got it to work. I'm into the BIOS, so here you go. I'm gonna go through some setups and everything, and hopefully soon I'll report back and we'll be out installing the operating system. Here we are, installing Windows. Think this should work. There you have it. I have Windows installed on my brand new machine. This isn't necessarily going to be the end of the video, but I'm going to get things all buttoned up and all the cable management done so everything looks neat and tidy. And after I get through a few basic settings, take it up to my office, hook everything up, get some software installed and everything. And on the flip side of this, I'll see you after I've got some of the video editing software on there, whether it's Premiere Pro, Davinci Resolve, and we'll see how it runs. So there we go. The build is complete. I've actually done a couple different edits on it now. One in Davinci Resolve, another one in Premiere Pro. This computer is night and day improvement over my old machine that I was using. Again, to recap, I was using, I believe it was 2010, but it was a second generation i5 processor. Over the years, I'd upgraded RAM. I put a solid state hard drive in. I'd improved the graphics card, but it was still, the bottleneck was in that processor, and it was really struggling with 1080 footage, and 4K footage was just a nightmare to work with. As you moved across the timeline, you want your flow to go like this, and it would stop here, and I'd want to be clear over here, and you'd wait, and it'd jump, and then you'd be like, oh no, I actually want to be back here. And so it just became this game of bouncing back and forth. It made it very, very difficult to do any type of even basic editing. Forget about doing any motion graphics or anything like that. So this machine, again, is based on 4 or 5 key components. A AMD Ryzen 7 1700 processor, very economical right now. You can pick them up for, depending on where you look online, $160 to $190 with the cooler. An Asus B350 board. You can go with an X350 platform. You really don't get the benefits unless you go with an X processor. So I'm with a pretty simple board. 16 gigabytes of 3000 megahertz RAM. Solid state hard drive, and a graphics processor that's a 1060 with 6 gigabytes of RAM. So that's probably the most expensive component in the entire machine. It is now just night and day improvements. And I've never built a computer before in my life. I've added RAM to computers before. I've swapped out a hard drive. I've done basic stuff. It's an intimidating project to do, but I'd encourage you to get online if you really want to upgrade. You can go with a gaming computer, but gaming and video editing, while they're similar, there's little nuances to video editing that gaming doesn't do. So I would encourage you to get online, watch a lot of videos, and do your research. And if your target is for video and photo editing, you can build yourself a heck of a machine for under $1,000 right now. And I really think this machine is going to be future-proof for me for the next 5 to 8 years, depending on if I upgrade cameras, depending on where things go down the line. But I mean, really, it wasn't that bad of a process. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I did a lot of research. I bounced my ideas off an IT guy that works where I do. And at the end of the day, I just dove in and did it. And I didn't have a single hiccup in the whole thing. So that pretty much is it. I'm going to put all the components in the description down below this video. Check out all of the gear that I use, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's a new day in the outdoors. Good luck. Be safe. Got any questions, let me know in your comments. Again, this is not the absolute final build, the best build necessarily, but it works for my situation. It worked in my budget. So good luck. Do your homework and build what's right for you.